Andrew Atala, number 22, senior Joe Curtin, number 6 captain, and junior number 24, Tyler O'Brien.
We'll start off. You came up real hot early, even though you didn't score. You had a bunch of shots. I think you had 8 shots in the first 2 minutes. Seemed like you were just trying to establish things right out of the gate.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you want to jump out of the gate, right? Play fast, and I thought we did that. Obviously, didn't get rewarded right away. Goalie made a couple really good saves. We couldn't find the puck around the net early, but eventually, obviously, we're able to break through. And in games like this, and then the atmosphere like this, you can, that can kind of start to wear on guys when you feel like you're doing everything right and nothing's going in. So it's nice to finally get one, and then that kind of calmed everybody down for sure, especially with the way we were playing. I thought we were playing well.
And can we talk about the depth? Because you had 8 goals from 7 different guys, and some of the guys were expecting the board like Jackson. I think it was like 5 or 6 before he finally got in there. A lot of different guys from different lines seem to be, or different units at least seem to be fighting the net.
Well, it's definitely one of our strengths, right? We know that we have a lot of depth. I think if you look through our lineup and you look at the goals that were scored today, and some guys will call them our fourth line. They scored 4 or 5. I don't even remember, but at one point I think we had 5 goals and 4 of them when they were on the ice. So that says a lot about them. At times they don't get as much ice time when you have a lot of power plays and stuff like that, and they just kept coming along, and they make a huge difference to our team. And see, like you said, it wasn't necessarily our number 1 or number 2 goal scorer that were making the difference. It was guys like that, and you love to see that as a coach because they earned those moments.
Tyler, that's what I want to talk about to you. We talk so much about the depth of this team, and there's a reason for it. We saw it tonight. Talk about your 2 goals.
I just had to do what the team needed, get the plays where they were. Got good teammates that'll feed me the puck. Put it in that.
Coach, put it in perspective for me, right? Like, you guys have obviously been a mainstay here in the Final Four and in the state championship. For coaches who haven't been here, or coaches, Reeths Puffer, guys who are trying to get over that hurdle, what advice would you give to some of those coaches, to some of those programs who are looking to get here for the first time or achieve some of the goals that you guys have achieved?
Just keep knocking, right? Keep knocking on the door, and eventually, hopefully, things line up, right? Like, it's not always easy. And I worked at Divine Child. Was my first head coaching gig, and of course, we wanted to get here, but we also knew we were a smaller program. There were certain things that we kind of focused on, and every program's got their own goals, right? Like, and that doesn't necessarily mean whether it's a successful season or not, right? Not every team's going to make it here, so sometimes that might not be what you have to determine as a successful season or not, right? And so for every program, it's find what their end goal is and kind of shoot towards that, right? And obviously, a lot of people want to be here, and we're fortunate that we've been able to get here. And for our guys, the message is always the same, though. Don't take that for granted, because it doesn't happen every year.
Can you talk a little bit about just kind of staying focused? Because you got the big lead, but you also had to kill some penalties. I think you had a 5-on-3 and it was still 3-0. What was can we talk about the mindset and just the ability to kind of stay at that plane when they're getting chances, and even though you're up a little bit.
I mean, yeah, it really comes down to trust. Everyone on the team has a role, and I know that my penalty kill is going to do what they need to do to keep us in the game, and it's really that trust and knowing that our teammates have roles, everyone knows their role, everyone plays their role no matter what it is, and we take pride in that we can rely on each other, and when one of us falls, we always have someone to back us right up. So it's just really all in the trust of the team.
Like you say, like any guy steps on the ice, no worry in the world. Like trust every guy in this team. Absolutely must. So, and especially in that, because he's brick wall man. So if he gets by us, he's not getting by him. So,
Joe, right?
yeah.
As one of the leaders on this team, maybe do you feel any pressure? Are you guys aware of, right? Like, CC's got a couple streaks going, whether it's consecutive wins, consecutive championships. Do you guys feel that pressure to not be the ones to let it fall, right?
No.
No. It's next. It's our year. We don't look in the past. It's this year. So I don't feel the pressure personally. I don't think we do as a team.
Coach, everything every year is different, and it's never easy to get here. And I think, people sit back, well, CC's supposed to be, it's not that easy. What does this group mean?
Well, like you said, it's not that easy. You know, there's always challenges along the way, and this team has faced a lot of adversity. Maybe not from the outside looking in, you say, "Oh, they won, that." But there's a lot of adversity that takes place throughout the course of the season that people don't necessarily see. You know, and for this group, I think that's what I will look at is every time when we have gone through some form of adversity, whatever you want to pick, the different moments we've had. I've always been really, really proud of the response. You know, and you learn a lot about your team when you have those moments, and you know, it's good to know that when the chips are down, hey, we're going to answer the bell. Doesn't mean you're going to win the game, doesn't mean you're going to, you know, do everything you want, but we're going to at least make sure it's going to be our best effort, the best response that we can put together, and that's one of the things that I like about this team so far this year. You know, like you said, getting in a situation where we had to kill off a 5-on-3, not ideal circumstances to be doing it in Frozen 4 in a game that you're playing really well in, and yet, you know, made the plays that we needed to kind of gut out that 5-on-3 and then get back into the swing of what we want to do. So, you know, for me, I think those are the things that I'll look at with this group. And each group is different, right? Like there's different senior leaders every year, and that's what makes it special is, you know, you're back here with a different group of guys, right? And for some of them, it's their first and only opportunity. For some, it's their third or second, and that's awesome. But they're in different roles or different circumstances. So each team is very unique from that angle. And I think we try to, you know, when you can step back and look at that, I think you realize that more. But when you're in the thick of it, sometimes it's difficult to do that. You're just always worried about the next game, right? Like you just worry about the next one. That's all we can do.
That's it. We got Reeths Puffer ready for one more question.
One more question. Any thoughts? I know we don't know for sure, but Brighton and Clarkston are familiar faces. I think you've played both of them already this year. Any thoughts on what you're getting tomorrow?
It's none of our concern. You know, we're at the front door. We're waiting. Whoever wants it, we're here. We're not worried about who wins what game or what. We're here to play our game. So, no preference.
Thanks, Joe.